Hello everyone, it's Christina. Welcome back. It's been a minute. All right, so I wanted to, I'm gonna have to clip this 1 second. I wanted to kind of just get back on my train. I know I fall off my train a lot with planning, with doing videos, and I apologize. I'm trying to get better at this, keeping my schedule that, you know, is what I assign to myself, right? So, all right. I'm going to just kind of talk to you, and I'm going to show you where I'm at. I am in an A5 Moterm folio cover with a very thin, it has a little bit more pages than that are tucked inside here. Very thin, lined A5 insert and a A5 Avec. Hobonichi Avec. I love this planner and I love how much I can get. It is crazy how much information is in here. Like every single thing that I need is in here. And I'm going to show it to you. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm not going to start with the pockets. I'll do the pockets last because everybody always starts with the pockets. So I'm going to go against the grain again. All right, so I'm not going to, I have some papers clipped here together because this insert, I buy these in bulk. It came in like, I don't know how many pack, but anyways, I'll link them for you in the description box. Okay. So you can check them out for yourself. But I use this for my journal. I use this for notes. Or just like, even when I'm just thinking through things, like here, I was preparing, some questions that I had for, a homeschool, meeting that I had. And so you can put the date up here. I mean, it does have options like for weather and like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, memo number, you know, you could like reference it like that. These pages obviously aren't used yet, but basically what I was trying to do was make this last for a month. And so I could put like May 2023 on here. And then archive it that way. See what I mean? So I know in my brain that I have space to write. That's what this provides for me. It provides me the space to think. It's an A5. I have plenty of space here. If I want to draw something out, I can use the full spread and think and write and whatever I need this to be. That's what it is. And so I love having it, and it's so super thin, and right when I'm getting tired of it, it's the next month, right? And so that's been amazing. The next part is I did a little bit of decorating here, but having these tabs right here has also been super helpful for me. I use them when I need them. And I do not know why I cannot seem to get this. Oh, no, it's coming off. That's why I was like, why is that still crooked? Okay, so I kind of decorated a little bit, kind of collage, whatever you want to call that. I love looking at that though. Here is basically an index. I'm using the pages that I didn't plan on for that day, for the daily pages, and I'm just making an index. The green dots over here, because I haven't done April and May, I mean, we're only part of the way through May, are pages that are available to be used. So there's that. That has been super helpful. This is my pen testing page. And then as you'll see, this gets more and more used, right? More and more filled up. A lot of whiting out, and those are videos that are getting white out on them. And then I already have some information for July, but I thought about maybe I can put it in here, and then I can move it into the next book when I get there. The weekly section is my homeschool planning section. That's exactly what I use this for. And this is planning for 3rd grade, so I put this school vellum that I printed out. This is amazing, you guys. Absolutely amazing. Now, as you can see too, there's some days that I haven't filled out very much, and then there's other days where I've used even the Saturday and Sunday column and the sidebar and Monday as well. Usually on the off weeks, I will sit down. Well, we did science and history that week, but on the off weeks, I will sit down and use, I'm trying to find one here in a second, this space here, and I go through and I write each subject down, and I'm like, okay, what do I need to do, right, for this week while I'm out? Well, there's no school. And that's sometimes just where we are, right? Sometimes we're just 2 steps behind, right? But if you, a lot of people that I watch on YouTube anyway, use the weekly as their planning, and they use the daily as their journal. And I hear you on that. Okay, that's a great way to use this planner as well. The other thing I think that would be helpful is using like this for personal or this for personal stuff and home, and maybe having appointments listed on here, but then writing out the details on the, actually using the dailies as your daily to put in the details. Like, okay, we're doing this video, but then on the daily put what video it was and what it was about and any comments that we had about it, or hey, she struggled with this, or this went really well, I liked how we set this up, or you see what I'm saying, to add those details in. Or you can separate out different pieces, different compartments, if you will, of your life. Instead of having a homeschool planner, I'm able to have my homeschool planner in here using these weekly pages, and then life comes, the rest of the details, all of the school details are right here, but I do write, hey, I'm teaching this, hey, we're doing these things. I mean, there's school stuff written in these pages, and these, I'm trying to find something, school, teach, let me show you, Bible, history, reading, you see what I'm saying, nature, math, music, like there's all these things are still written back here on these daily pages, but the actual, like what I'm actually teaching and things like that is up here. But on my daily page, like, hey, did we do these things, and that is part of my day, so the teaching of these subjects goes on my daily pages. So if you need to compartmentalize, is what I'm saying, like business and more home, or say you're teaching a co-op, you could have all your co-op things in this section and then use your dailies, or have your co-op stuff back in the dailies. And I mean, there's just so many ways to use this. I've seen a lot of people to block off the days and just use this back part as a notebook, just kind of like the day free, only you're having the weeks though. So I'm just saying, a lot of people like, oh, I don't know what to do with these pages, but there's so many different option combinations that I could think of to use this, and I think it's fantastic for my life. So that is the rest. That's how it's looking. This is this week, and then I haven't drawn out. Sometimes I'll draw out like a couple layouts at a time, but we're experimenting with some things. So I didn't want to go too far with it. The other thing I wanted to just kind of show you is, yes, I did draw this out, and it is kind of a little bit small, and I had a bunch of ink situations happening while I was using my ruler. But this is like an order tracker, so ordered, shipped, received. And then I'm just going back in and using those empty pages, even just to think like I was here. Like, it doesn't have to be all in that A5 insert. It can be in here as well. But just so you can kind of, let me go back here and start where we're at. This is today, which I don't have anything written down. But what I started doing, that I wanted to share as well in this video, is I started using this space right here for what actually happened. And I noticed too, like if you don't write it down, like when it's happening, then you end up with a space like this. But what's actually happening, because as you guys know, I use my ideal week to plan out. So I don't want to write that stuff down right here because it may not happen. And then it ends up being like, I already know because I have my ideal week. See what I mean? So I don't need to write it here again. And so I just use, and you can dang tell when I'm doing, did I pre-plan this week? No, I didn't. Look at it. I did not pre-plan. You can tell when you look at my planner if I've pre-planned. Did I pre-plan this week? Yes. Right? You can tell. You can tell. This looks amazing to me. Like absolutely amazing to me. Another thing I did was, I've been doing this, using the monthly page for like an ongoing to-do list. Like when I think of things and I don't want to put it on my daily page for whatever reason, I can put it here. So I made this chart, me. So it's like my stuff, like my planner and like, you know, skincare or whatever stuff, like for me. Home, homeschool, my 24 plan, and Alaskan Schoolhouse. So I can just put a dot in that box, and then whenever I put it on the schedule or whatever, I can just put like an X, you know, make an X over that dot that I've put it in my daily pages. So I haven't really had any of those things. Today's the 12th, and not to say that I haven't had things come up, but I just chose to write it on my daily pages. And I'm also tipping in pages to include outlines and notes for videos. So wherever it's going to be published is where I'm putting this piece of paper in, and making those notes. I mean, here you can see, like, I'm like, okay, I need to go garage, what Alex needs to do, what Tony needs to do. Like, I kind of had to like just think like that day. Again, you can tell if I am pre-planning or not. Here, I can use these things. I have like a few of these from Temu. I don't know if I can reach it. Yeah, maybe I can. I have a couple of these little, they come like this, like just notepads basically. And then like those florals. And I have one more on my other cart. I like the texture of this paper. It's kind of cool. And so they're kind of a good size to use as tip-ins. But videos, I was, you know, the numbers and just kind of making some notes and things there. Again, you can tell if I'm pre-planning or not. I'm using washi tape a lot more now. Because I did have a lot of painting, and that's the other thing I was going to look at. See, I don't have any painting back here. I may have to add just a little bit, but I really do like the washi tape feel. These are for Formula One racing. Brainstorm. You see what I mean? Like I just kind of was just thinking. Again, this is what I did, how I did it for April, so you can kind of see how that looks for May that I did. Here I had multiple tip-ins because I've filmed a bunch of segments of videos. I resubscribed to Ipsy, and so I put my little paper in there, adding up, you know, stickers, filling up pages. But yeah, I mean, there's some days, there's some weeks in this planner that I just didn't have it together, and I just don't want to do that. You know, here I wasn't tracking my time, you know, using that bar, but I was still writing it in. And, you know, to buy for homeschool, I mean, there's plenty of room in here to make lists because you're not going to plan every single day. Like, let's be practical here. I mean, I do want to plan every single day, but it's just not happening, you know. And started that prayer list too. Today, that's my daughter's handwriting. So I just wanted to kind of touch base with where I'm at right now and just show how amazing these are. You know, I even covered up, I just used paper and glued these papers in back here just so I didn't have to look at that nonsense. Whether I use those papers or not, I don't know. But and if you're still here, I will show you. I have Post-it notes, and then I just have like paper, like scrapbook paper that's one-sided, and I kind of used it like I do these, like tip-ins, you know, and then I just have them, you know, where I can use them. Lots of boxes to like label pages. I have these bows that I wanted to use, and page tabs, and then just more different sizes. You know, I just cut a bunch of paper up one day. Looks like there's some index cards in there as well that I could use. But most of these papers are light enough colored, you know, where I could write on them. That one's a little bit dark, but just lots of options. There's no excuse, like I can write it down, okay? There's no excuses. I keep those in there. And then I have Post-it notes, a hotel room key to where I can use it for washi tape. These Avery labels, I use them a lot to cover things up if I make mistakes. More page tabs. These come like this. Post-it notes. This little die cut that I've had forever. And like this die cut that I've also had forever. An appointment card for the girls to get their teeth cleaned in like August, I think. So I stuck that in there so I won't forget about it. But, and this book is so thin that sometimes I do pull it out. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I decide to just write over here if I'm like needing the paper really quickly. Because this part is not very smooth, obviously. But it's so easy to pull in and out because it's so thin. It's not like this, you know. So I use that a lot. This pen, I'm really liking this pen. I will link it down below for you as well. And I've been trying to keep like a dot marker in here just so I use it. So I pull this out, and then I just, well, I can't do it because I'm filming. I just latch this on here like that, and then I just close this up. So that's the way it looks. Those sticky notes are a little bit tall right there, but see how it's building up pretty good. But, and it's you know, it's a little bit big, but it's not like short and like super fat. You know what I mean? It's a little bit, I mean, it's getting a little bit chunky now because we're almost out of, you know, halfway through May, but there's just, everything is in here is my point. Everything is in here. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to conversate with you down in the comment section. Check the description box for anything that you've seen here that I can find a link for and just more details. If you can't find what you're looking for, please don't hesitate to ask me. I will answer you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.